Hello everyone and welcome to the first episode of All the Mods 3, which is a Minecraft 1.12 mod pack. I figured that nobody wants to watch me punching wood and making a crafting table because you have probably seen that millions of times on YouTube. I have already set up base, did some mining, gathered some resources and made my first Tinker's tools. My goal for today would be to get into applied Energistics and set up a basic ME system for storage. So, welcome to my humble abode. We have a small farm, some trees, and also some cherry wood trees from forestry, because in addition to giving me a lot of cherries, which is a good source of food early in the game, they also provide these planks, which are amazing. This was also supposed to be a 9x9, but I ran into a cave, so yeah, it's bigger now. I need to get to the Nether as soon as possible in order to get cobalt and iodite. We also have nether ores in this mod pack, so it would be easier to find redstone, lapis, diamond and emeralds in the nether than it is in the overworld, because they spawn at any level. So I either have to upgrade my pickaxe with night slime in order to mine obsidian and then upgrade it again with obsidian or alumite in order to mine cobalt, or I can just mix water and lava in Tinker's smeltery to make obsidian for my pickaxe and also for the portal. Since I'm slightly lazy, I'll take the second option. Some drums from extra utilities too. These stone drums are very cheap to make and they hold 16 buckets. So with 3 of these I can carry 48 buckets of lava. And there's a lava pool nearby. Are you kidding me? I didn't... Okay. Hi. Will I die? So, as I have said, it's very easy to make obsidian in a Tinker's smelter. You just need to add 1 bucket of lava and 1 bucket of water, and there you go. We have 1 block of obsidian. I can easily cast it out as a tool part, pickaxe set, or whatever I need, and also I can cast it out as a block of obsidian to use for the portal in the casting basin. I'll go make up the tool parts that I need and the blocks that we need for the portal, and then I'll get back to you. So there you go, obsidian pickaxe with a mining level of cobalt. So our tool forge is ready. I made it out of copper because I had a lot of copper. It's easy to mine copper in the early game, but you can use any blocks that you want. You can even make it out of cobalt. So I'm going to upgrade my sword into an iron sword because I don't have any better material until we go to the nether anyway. Then I'm going to upgrade all of my tools with an iron tool rod because it gives me the magnetic modifier. Since I'm not a very attractive person, it helps with the modifier so that things are attracted to me when I mine them. Then I'm going to put copper binding on all of them because it gives me XP while breaking a block or mining something, and XP is always useful. So before I started recording today, I made these stairs which go down to level 12. I did not do any mining down there, but I figured it's nice to be prepared before the episode. I don't like listening to the noise of the portal when I'm in the base. I thought down here should be a nice spot for it. Anyway, see you on the other side. Ah, the beautiful Nether. The realm of pain, agony, death and ghasts. And quite a bit of lag. I hate this place. Well, we are on solid grounds, there aren't any ghasts, and I have access to land, so probably I should not nag that much. Well, I'll mine some resources that we need, and if anything interesting comes up, I'll bring you in. I'm about to take one of the most stupid decisions of my life. Yep. Okay, I'm alive. Why am I killing him with the shovel? Anyway, I'll try to get some slime here because I don't really want to climb Slime Island in the overworld. Eventually I have to, but right now this will do. Oh my god, I really need ender pearls, and it's very difficult to find these dudes in the overworld. And please die and give me a pearl, please, please, please. Did you? Did you? Yes. So I am back, safe and sound. I think it's the first time in modded Minecraft that I went to the Nether and didn't die. Anyway, I got some resources that we need to progress. I'll get back to you shortly. The main reason that I wanted to go to the Nether as soon as possible was to get Manulin. It is an easy alloy to make. You just need to mix cobalt and ardite with a ratio of 1:1 in a Tinker smeltery. I wanted Manulin to make ore excavation modifiers. Ore excavation works the same way as vein miner in 1.7. You can add up to 25 modifiers to each tool. It does not mean that you need 25 free modifiers on the tool to add them. It just takes one modifier slot. The more modifiers you add, it means that you can break more blocks. I can try it here. And boop. You see? It's very useful for mining. I added 7 more modifiers to the pickaxe and I want to see how further will it go. Oh, that's actually much better. Okay, so I have a few more resources. I'll try to make more modifiers and add them to the shovel. I'll do that and I'll be right back. If you don't know how to make a manual in this mod pack, it's very easy. You just need to right click and voila, choose the one you want. I realized if I add Restonia to my sword, it will give me a modifier called hearts. So basically it means the more hearts I have, the more damage I can deal in combat. We have also the nutrient mods in this mod pack, which means that if I balance my diet correctly, I'll get 10 extra hearts. The coal generator from Actually Additions is the best option for early game. It does not generate that much RF, maybe 30 or 40 RF per tick, but it's the most fuel efficient generator. I also did not craft this iron casing, I just looted them from an Actually Additions house in a village. So if you right click on an atomic reconstructor with a redstone torch, it will change its mode to pulse. So when you give it a redstone signal, it will only fire once, and this way I can save a little bit of power. So 1 Restonia crystal and some demon ingots. I prefer demon ingots for the blade over Manulin because it does more damage overall. I'm guessing now is the time to make the hammer. And a lumber axe if I can find it in the list. Here. Okay, so 1 lumber axe. I'm using Manulin tool rod for the sword. The rest of the parts are the ones we just made, Restonia and demon ingots. The rest of the tools are just getting a cobalt head, nothing very special. And of course some cobalt sharpening kits for mining in order to repair my tools. I made all these preparations in order to get to the deep dark. To make the portal to the deep dark, you just need 8 compressed cobblestones. If you didn't know, the amount of ore generation in the deep dark is double the amount of the overworld. So for the same amount of mining, I will get twice the resources. I think with some slime boots and 2 waystones that you can easily find in every village, I'll be able to pull this off. Or it will be my famous last words. So you just stand on the portal and you get teleported, or crash your game, or teleported. No, okay, it didn't crash. There's always a lighting glitch here, and if you update the lights, it should be fixed. Okay, it's fixed. I have to dig down a lot. I'll bring you in when I'm done. Okay, so I have reached the place where I have to make the jump. And I had to really dig very deep. Look, it was a huge distance. I'll make a platform and I'll be right back. You know, I just realized that this might not have been the smartest decision that I made today. My plan was to make a wall of gravel on the bottom floor down there, and hopefully I will just destroy this platform and end up in that gravel wall. But then I realized, what if there's a creeper down there and I am going to end up with that creeper in that small safe house that I'm making. If you didn't know, the mobs in the deep dark are much more powerful than the mobs in the overworld. So if there's a creeper down there, I have to restart the entire server because there's no way I can get back my stuff. It's going to be a long fall. It's a skeleton. It's a skeleton. Okay, don't shoot me. Be nice. Yeah. Okay, so we made it safe and sound. I just have to dig down, set up the waystone so that I can go back and forth between here and the overworld and start mining. Welcome to my humble abode 2.0. I'll just set up the waystone, and after this we don't need the deep dark portal anymore at the main base. I can just remove it. I'll do some mining, and if anything interesting comes up, I'll bring you in. So I did a bunch of mining in the deep dark, and then I decided to come to the Nether and mine for some more resources here. It gave me the achievement that I have found a fortress, but the problem is that I don't know where the fortress is, and I was just digging without any... Oh, there it is. Okay, cool. Let's see what we can find here. Oh, I love blaze spawners. I need a lot of blaze rods, so I'm not complaining that I found... There's another one? Really? Oh, cool. That's nice. I will farm a little bit. Okay, I think I did enough mining and rambling around. Now it's time to get into applied energistics. We need 4 inscribers. The inscribers, you can find them in meteors. Meteors can either spawn on the surface or underground. If they're underground, we need the compass. The compass will show you the chunk in which the meteor is. If they're between chunks, it will show you both chunks, and you have to dig very deep. But chances are that you don't need to actually use the compass and go find the inscriber. If you look in the journey map, you can easily see the meteors. Okay, I can spot 3. I'll go check these 3 meteors up and get back to you. I'm too lazy to walk all this way. I thought the easiest way is to use our slime boots and use the slingshot and just bounce around. It's quite fun. Which direction should I check out first? This seems to be the closest one, so let's try this one out. So, meteor number 1 gives us the engineering press. Cool. And meteor number 2 gives us silicon, calculation and logic. Oh, cool. We have all 4. We don't need to do that anymore. I just grab some of these skystone. So we are going to need 1 ME controller. You don't need the controller if you're using 8 channels or less, but I have enough resources, so why not? Don't get me wrong, I don't have too many resources, so I should make calculations before I start wasting them. Then we need a pulverizer in order to make the crushed quartz for the cables and the quartz glass. Then an advanced inscriber, which I think we can manage. Yeah, that seems doable. It's not that difficult. And finally a crystal growth chamber in order to make the pure Certus quartz and the flux crystals, which also seems doable. Okay, so charged Certus quartz and redstone. Really? Go back in. Oh, come on, I have a really magnetic personality today for redstone. Okay, so these are our flux crystals. Note that it doubles the amount of charged Certus quartz that you put in the puddle of water. You can also later do this in the crystal growth chamber. The first thing that I would recommend you to make is a charger, because the amount of charged Certus quartz that you get during mining is very limited, and with this you can actually charge normal Certus quartz and use them. So I went up ahead and made a few more coal generators and some leadstone flux ducts. This is going to be a very temporary setup, so I'm not going to make any efforts to make it beautiful. I will tear it down after we're done. The charger will accept power from the bottom. You don't need an energy acceptor for it. You can just put it on a leadstone flux duct or any other power source that you have. When you right click Certus quartz inside, it will change color and you have your charged Certus quartz. I went up ahead and made a pulverizer and a redstone furnace. If you put chests next to them and configure them correctly, they have the ability to auto input and auto output the material that you give them, so you don't need any item conduits or item ducts. ME controller is the only item in applied energistics which can accept power directly. To give power to other devices, you need 1 energy acceptor. Of course, if devices are attached to an ME system with a powered controller, then you don't need the energy acceptor anyway. But we're not there yet, so I have to make one. You can skip making the controller and the growth chamber if you're just aiming for the ME terminal without a crafting grid. It's still good for storing items and of course much better than having chests all around. But I want a crafting terminal which requires a calculation processor, and for that I need a pure Certus quartz. And I really don't want to wait 8 hours for one to grow in a puddle of water. Finally, one growth chamber. That took much more crafting than I thought. The recipe for silicon in Applied Energistics 2 has changed since 1.10. Now you need to smelt crushed Certus quartz in a furnace. I'm very low on Certus quartz, but there is another way. You can make silicon from refined storage, put it in your crafting grid, and voila, you get the appropriate silicon. In order to make the advanced inscriber, you need two engineering processors. So first you have to operate the basic inscriber and then upgrade them into an advanced inscriber. Okay, finally our advanced inscriber is ready. I've been waiting for this for a long time. Okay, I make the processors that we need and get back to you. To make the pure Certus quartz and the flux crystal, you just have to mix their pulverized version with sand and put them in the growth acceleration chamber. And you can see how fast they're growing. Normally, if you just put them in water, it takes 8 hours. But here we just have to wait a few seconds and they will be ready. And our ME controller. And one ME drive. And after a bunch of crafting, the ME crafting terminal, and I really need to manage my inventory. Okay, so now we need to move on to storage devices. Okay, I'm not going to even bother myself with the 1K storages because I think I have enough resources to make the 4K ones. I might have enough resources to make 1 or 2 16Ks, but I really don't know. I'll try to make as much as I can and I'll be right back. Okay, let's see how many we can make. But only 18? Okay, there should be something I'm missing. Let's check. Oh, redstone. Okay, I have redstone. I'm literally running out of resources. These are the only 8 storage components that I can make. I'll just make their casing and housing, sorry. And we're good to go. So I don't have a reliable source of power at the moment. That's something we have to get into next episode. This episode I'm just going to use a coal generator, and I made an export bus from Applied Energistics so that the system will automatically export any coal that I have in the system into the generator. That hopefully should work. I don't know if even one generator is enough for the controller or not, but we'll see. I need also some flux duct, which I'm going to borrow it from here. I'm going to tear this thing down, so it doesn't really matter. I think if we connect the flux duct from here, this thing should be alive. Yes, okay. So this is the first episode. I don't have any building material. I'm also running out of every single resources that you should have in Minecraft. So I don't care if this thing looks ugly. As long as it works, I'm fine with it. These are the only disk drives that we have. Are you exporting coal? That is the question. Because if it turns off, I don't have any access to any of my material and any resources. So it better works. It seems to work. Okay. This is the moment that I've been waiting for all day. I can now just get rid of all the chests and dump everything into the system. And hope I don't just clog it. Anyway, this is so satisfying. Okay, I basically dumped everything into the ME system and I'm just covering it up to make it look slightly more pretty. I missed one. Anyway, I think this is also a good wrapping up point for this episode. Next time we have to get into a better power system, actually not a better power system, the first power system that we will have, and make a mob farm. Also start with Botania. Botania is one of those mods that is very beneficial to you if you start early in the game, because after you get into Draconic Evolution, it kind of loses its value. So, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and till the next episode. Bye!